You also wrote an article, Browns with a veteran safety, and they hosted Rayshawn Jenkins to a visit. Take us through that article. Do you think there's something there? They obviously need some safety help.
Yeah, I mean, that's what made sense to me, Dave, is that they need safeties. And, they cut Juan Thornhill, Rodney McLeod retired, D'Anthony Bell left in free agency. So you have Grant Delpit and Ronnie Hickman, and then it's a lot of, they get a couple other guys. I mean, Hickman was undrafted too. So it's Grant Delpit and three undrafted guys at safety right now. And Jim Schwartz, we know he loves to use three safety packages. So I think they need to add one in free agency. Justin Simmons, the former Pro Bowler with the Broncos, is still out there. I've always liked him. I don't know how he fits with Delpit as far as who plays where. Do they overlap too much? But he's a guy I would keep an eye on. I think they need to sign a veteran and then draft somebody. But when we're going through that list earlier of who you take early, you know, do you take a safety ahead of a left tackle? Maybe you do. I don't know if I take a safety ahead of those other positions, but you sure as heck need one.
When you look at this defense, and I'm curious as to your thought of it. How good do you think this defense is? You look at it, you got Myles Garrett back. We don't know about JOK. We've seen enough that there's some young guys that I want to see them play more.
Yeah, I would say my expectations right now, not knowing what they're going to do in the draft or who else they sign, would be somewhere between where it was in 2023 and where it was last year. I think it's talent enough to be better than it was in 2024. When you have Myles Garrett, that gives you a chance. They're hoping Mike Hall Jr. can play and have an impact inside pass rushing. He missed too much time last year with suspensions and injury. They added Malik Collins. Hopefully he helps at D tackle. I think they have enough depth at the end. Doesn't mean they can't take Abdul Carter or somebody else, but I think they have enough depth. At linebacker, they added guys in case JOK doesn't play, but you certainly miss JOK if he doesn't play. And then corner, I think they're good at corner as long as Emerson bounces back, right? And then we talked about safety. So I have a couple of questions on that side of the ball still, but with Garrett and Denzel Ward, and I think linebacker is going to be fine. I think that, and let's say Travis Hunter comes in and helps you at corner. I think they're going to have enough pieces where they can be a top 10, maybe not top 5, but a top 10 defense.
Yeah, that's kind of my expectation. They should be upper third of the league, and if everybody plays really well, you could end up being like you were a couple years ago, where you kind of take off.